all these organizations out here telling people that they're here to help people for this and that, what are they really helping with? Are any of these domestic violence organizations out here like Safe Voices or the human trafficking ones that are set up through the cops that do the human trafficking? Why are you turning to them? Why don't you turn to the ones that you can trust, which is one another, okay? In other words, we the people. Why? Because the government turned we the people against each other. I do not like males, but I have reason not to like males. It's not because of the government. It's because of their human nature. So I'm not discretional based on discrimination of skin color, where you come from. It's on who you are and how you are to me and to others. I do not respect a government that it's totally confusing to the fact that you're supposed to trust them, but they're the ones that are committing the crimes. You see, the state of Vermont, T.J. Donovan, the Attorney General, he's the director over all of these state agencies, human services, all of them, right? The police. He directs them to do criminal acts. And of course, he recruits the ones that are more than willing to commit criminal acts because they can wear a badge and get away with it. Look at the history of the police. Town to town, county to county, state to state. And then look into who they're related to. Look it up on white pages. Google the officer. Follow him. You have the right to know his background or her background. Chances are you're going to find that there's a whole lot more that you didn't know. And everybody has the right to know. That is what? A transparency issue with all police departments and government officials. There is not one person that you could stand in front of that's already elected in or works for town officials, government officials, state officials, county officials, because they all are directed by government officials. Any of them that did this and said, I swear, get them up on the stand and ask them, did you take oath? And have you ever lied? Right there's an automatic dismissal. Get off the stand. Because they're going to lie and it's going to commit perjury. Lying is a crime, and nobody should be immune from it. Why are the police immune from it? Because it makes the money for the government, right? Have I not shared with you? Have you not paid attention to all of the videos that I have shared about human trafficking, sex trafficking, and exploitation? It happens at the motels. It happens at the stores. It happens right in your backyard. How about, for instance, that I know of, in Anson? You've got the female's been on disability for all these years, living in the same residence, and the guy that owns the home says he's not going to marry her until the age of 65 because of the Medicare. He takes her purse and her food stamp card and goes and buys 2 steaks for $30. He retired, and he also took claim to a kid that didn't even belong to him and raised the kid as his own and abused the mother, as well as the children. I remember walking in the house and seeing feces on the floor in the bedroom because the little girl was locked in there. And I made sure that that didn't happen again because I brought it to my aunt's attention. Same people abused my daughter back in September and then sent her off on a bus, without a doubt. But you see, my home got burned because why? Because I tell you the truth about everything that's happened, and they don't like it. But that's okay. So now, karma. You know, every action has a reaction. I tell the truth. They try to hide it, so they figured they would burn my home that had cameras and evidence of the crimes they were committing against me. And it was all town, state, county, and government officials and employees. With that being said, they burned my home. They say that I didn't live there so that American Red Cross wouldn't help me. And then they want to follow me everywhere I go. One says I'm at a motel. One says they think I'm staying in my trailer. Y'all don't know where I'm at. One says I'm in a motel in Skowhegan. How do you know that? Would you be surveilling me? Are you following me? Wow, you're stalking me. That's okay, because when you figure out where I'm at, let me know. How about that? Because I've invited you to stay off my page, and you keep on commenting, and I filed protection from harassment order, and there's a set hearing on it. And if it gets denied, then while it goes to Superior Court, let it get denied, then we're going to go to Supreme Court. One way or another, the Ianson town officials and all the cops and government and state officials are going to be brought out in this. I want to know why. The police think it's okay to cover for each other. There's nothing right about crime. And there's a whole lot wrong about what they've done and what they're doing. Why is Tina Static missing still? Why was that not ever looked into? Why was my uncle's murderer not ever brought to light? Why is it that the hitman hasn't been revealed that called me many times? That's all in protection from abuse orders and harassment and stalking. Knowing that he mentioned the fact that it had something to do with the Montpelier Office of Social Security, that right there tells me it was a government agent. Hired a hitman? So who's watching? And you all think that I should be doing what? I got a message today. Somebody sent me a copy. Thank you, John, for sending me the copy of more messages that are being put out there under the name of Jenny Doe. And that Jenny Doe is listed in a stalking and harassment order at a Region 2 that had to be seen by another judge because they're all conflict of interest. And that is being set for hearing. Also against the Somerset County, who? Ron Blodgett. It's opening the doors, people. If I was doing wrong and I was lying about this stuff, I wouldn't have all the proof and fact in the paperwork, would I? Isn't that why all the police keep on trying to take everything from me? Isn't that why the officials burned my home down? Isn't that why people that don't even know me, have never even talked to me, have never even stood in my face to conversate with me, talk shit about me? Because they don't have the audacity, honesty, or integrity to stand the fuck up and speak out. All you want to do is sit behind the fucking computer. And what? Surveil me, try to figure me out, talk shit about me. It's okay, I like it. I like my haters. Because if I didn't have haters, I wouldn't have friends. And with that being said, thanks to my professor, I got a great education. Yeah, the passage and message is my grandfather is the overseer of Harvard University. Another grandfather was the governor of Plymouth Colony. And my grandpa was the founder and settler of Yarmouth Port, Cape Cod, Massachusetts. So don't question me.